island of fire? No, hold on. Let's come around. Tell them our point of view. We're coming around to get some fire. We got a guy shooting behind the building. Last ambulance being come around.
He was right in front of the Brad.
During the third millennium, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
I've been crying for 24 hours.
That's a problem.
Are you dehydrated?
That's a problem.
I feel like you're probably dehydrated.
Probably low on electrolytes, too.
Royce Lopez.
I've been crying and I've been nauseous and sleepy. and
And
really
the air smells like rotten eggs.
And really sleepy.
These two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time. Here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Howdy, y'all. Hey, welcome. It's Thursday afternoon. It's Revenge of the Sis. It's your boys. I don't know. I'm sick.
Yeah,
so, hi.
Mersh ain't feeling great. Mersh is
So,
not feeling too good.
We got a great show today, though. We got Nick Rekieta coming on. We got maybe Elijah Schaefer coming on. I don't know. We haven't confirmed that one yet.
I don't know, but Nick Rekieta for sure, though. Nick Rekieta for sure. So yeah, welcome guys. Welcome to the show. SPLC investigator. Maria is a Mossad honeypot. I don't know. I've heard her family talk about Israel. I doubt it.
I swear to God.
I doubt it, I guess, is my
It's
thing.
the perfect cover.
You're right.
Do you know what his dumb bitch of a wife said to me right before we went live? We're like, yeah, we got to get Rekieta set up with the Zoom link, blah, blah, blah. And I'm out finishing my cigarette, and he's like, we're going live in 2 minutes. I'm like, all right. So I go walk away, and she's just like, good luck. Don't fuck up. I'm like, what? Like, this whole show is a fuck up. What are you talking about? But it's like the weirdest, just the last thing she said to me was, don't fuck up.
She's not supportive. She's always testing me. And I'm like, I don't want to have to be battle tested all the time. Can you just be nice every once in a while?
And then I just came up here and I was like, your wife's a dumb bitch. And he just laughed. Actually, I'm sorry, she laughed. She was at the bottom of the stairs like,
Marie in the Locos chat says, Mersh isn't wrong. I am dumb.
She goes, don't fuck up. I'm like, what? Talking about?
Yeah, so we have that second hour. We're going to talk about more of the cash stuff that came out, and it's not going great, but I'm sure we'll fill up the second hour with that.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, for the record, since everybody's bothering me, including Rekieta via text message, yeah. By the way, guys, it's autumn. My sister died a year ago, and it's my dead mom's birthday month. I get a little sad in the fall, and I listen to Brand New, The Devil and God Are Raging Inside of Me. I do this every year.
Hey, hold on.
Every year. I listen to that album and get sad and post lyrics.
Did you hear that? You leave my friend alone. If you want to be a gigantic
retarded friend.
If you want to be, I'm getting there.
Retarded friend.
Let me cook.
Sorry.
If my gay retarded friend, let me cook. If my gay retarded friend wants to emo post once a year, he's allowed to.
Yeah, it's your boy. I haven't been sad in months. Let your boy be sad one
he's
night.
honestly sad one day.
Also, Mersh, I'm really sorry to hear that you're sick. Transit Gloria.
You're a fucking glory fades. Shut the fuck up.
Don't correct it. That makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Well, that was just the
You know,
rest of the title.
That was great. That was great.
You know, it's the quiet things that no one ever knows.
All right, enough.
It's okay.
Actually, that's a banger too.
Okay, but you're not helping yourself when you say it's a banger too.
It is a banger.
Jesus Christ.
I did did you see my reply was I did the from Wayne's World, the no stairway thing, but I replaced it with a brand new sign and it was
That's really
denied.
I was fucking crying laughing at the no brand new.
Yeah, no
That
brand
was
new.
very funny. What did Ricada say? He goes, are you all right? I saw you emo posting last night. I went, yeah, like my sister died a year ago. My mom's birthday. This might get a little sad in the fall, and I listened to brand new. And then he just goes, you never heard me criticizing poetry. I'm like, shut up. Fucking asshole. Fuck, shut up. Shut up. Oh, fuck.
All right, guys. Let's start.
We have breaking news. The White House is responding after Democrats
this
on the
is
House
wild.
Oversight Committee released some of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's emails referencing President Trump. In a 2011 email, Epstein referred to Donald Trump as the, quote, dog that hasn't barked, and told his former companion, Ghislaine Maxwell, that an alleged victim had spent hours at his house with Trump. The head Democrat on the committee says the emails raised questions about a White House cover-up of the Epstein files. But Republicans in the White House say Democrats are trying to create a fake narrative to slander the president.
Hey, again,
Can
I
I be
want to be
honest?
clear. Yeah.
I fucking love the Democrats right now. I can't believe I'm saying this, but between John Fetterman and the Epstein shit,
Did you not
let's
see
go.
Fetterman had a fall? He was rushed to the hospital in Pittsburgh. I'm not kidding. Can you get more info on that, Virgie? I saw that right before we went live.
Can we protect that man, please?
Yeah, that's weird that it's also basically, and we're about to play it here, after he went on CNN and basically denounced the Democratic Party. It's fucking, you'll see. Let's play
Trump
this
has
first.
denied any wrongdoing and any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the
You
latest.
do have
Jay, how do these
no. You do have knowledge of Epstein's crimes. That's the part where like you lose me. Well, you lost me a while ago, but specifically, like when you were running against Hillary, you brought up Epstein's Island and implied that Clinton went there a lot. So you can't sit there and pretend everybody knew what Epstein was fucking doing, dude. Just like everybody in Hollywood knew what Weinstein was doing. That's when all these hoes now like Weinstein did this and that. Like, bitch, you knew for 15 years, and when you had 2 fucking Oscars in your hand, you didn't give a shit that he touched your coochie. So you know. All these people know, and now that he's dead, I mean, you know, here's what's going on, okay? These emails and all that stuff came out, and you know, it's again, and I'm gonna stand by what I said here. I still, and it's listen, I have no love for H-1B visa current Trump at all, but I still do not think this is because Trump did anything himself. I think that this is worse because if he did something himself, you as a human could go, I get it, man. I fucked up. I can't ever find out. But he's doing this to protect other people. He is doing this to protect other people. And that, I think, is the reality of why this stuff is not coming out.
And I don't care. I don't care. Then throw him under the bus. I like this game. Fuck with him then.
Yeah.
If he's going to cover up for other people, let's make him so guilty that he has to throw them under the bus.
I agree with the tactic. I'm just pointing out my honest personal belief here is I'm not saying it for
I'm
any
a
other
Democrat
reason.
now. I'm part of the Democratic Party. I'm switching parties. We need to get to the bottom of this Epstein thing.
You and Fetterman.
And only the Democrats can do it.
No one could do it. Literally, no one can do it, and no one's gonna do it. Can we do a favor? Can we do us all a favor? Can we just put the national debt on Pam Bondi's desk? That way it disappears like fucking everything else that lands on
Yes, let's go.
it. She's having a rough time.
Oh no, she's not wearing her cross today. What's she gonna lie about?
Breaking news this afternoon, we are tracking the White House press briefing, which is currently underway. Let's listen in.
The fact that President Trump did nothing wrong.
You know what would have like stopped a lot of this? Just releasing them in the beginning, and then everyone would. Whether we did something at all. Look, here's the truth, dude. Everybody already knew that you hung out with the guy. Like we were already fine with that mentally because. In reality, there was a lot of people that didn't actually do anything wrong. Like you were in New York, you knew Jeffrey Epstein. Sorry, that's what it was. You could be a fucking asexual guy that's never fucked anything, and if you want to make money in that city, you had to you. There's no way to be a billionaire real estate mogul in New York City without dealing with 10 to 15 pedophiles a month.
At least.
At least.
Minimum.
I'm just saying. I'm just being realistic here. When you really think about what that city is, like, it's a fucking cesspool. And I'm not saying that, look, again, I am in no way, I have been going, Trump has been the fucking, one of the biggest disappointments, and he keeps disappointing with the H-1B visa bullshit. Did you also see what was tacked onto that fucking bill, Mersh? So you know now how you could go to the fucking, you know how now you could go to the fucking smoke shop if you felt like it, get yourself some THCA, some THC, gummies and stuff like that.
Sure,
yeah, not anymore. That
It's
hemp,
gone.
because
Gone.
Trump in 2018.
That was federal?
Yes, in
Okay.
in 2018, Trump is the one, which was cool, passed the hemp bill allowing hemp to grow, and they were growing hemp, doing the THCA and
He
the legal
ran
stuff.
on it.
He ran on it. Then they snuck it to this bill. No more. Now all these hemp farmers that, by the way, they're not fucking drug weed dudes. They're people that grow hemp and they were using this to supplement their income, are going like, we don't make enough making fucking rope. We built our industry around this, and now you're fucking us. Now that's in the bill, and it doesn't matter what you owe pot. Forget about what you think about weed. It's a matter of these farmers built an industry around this, and now you're telling them, no, you'll make it up, make clothes.
Yeah,
so
make corn, make ethanol.
and I don't know if you guys fucking know this. You're not.
China.
It's 2025. You're not going to stop weed. So fucking stop. Now, I don't know why they're doing it. I don't think it's because like the greater good and people are getting high. I don't think that's the reason.
You know what it
I
was?
think
You know
they're
what
going
it?
to try to federalize. They're going to try to legalize it, federalize it, and monetize fucking weed and give it to their buddies like they do with fucking Monsanto, like they do with the fucking tobacco industry, like they do with every fucking industry that uses the fucking dirt to grow stuff. Fucking period.
Do you want me to add to that
Sure.
to confirm your beliefs? Do you know who spearheaded it? First of all, Ted Cruz specifically tried to get this
Oof.
part out of the fucking bill.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. Mitch McConnell.
Yep.
That was his baby.
And
that
McConnell
fucking
said
Trump
that,
gave
and
him.
when he was questioned about this is going to destroy the hemp industry, he said, "Don't worry about it. They'll make up for it by making fibers and stuff like that and rope and shit." Like it's like we're fucking Lewis and Clark. Again,
Yeah.
this is. Let me be very clear. This isn't me arguing about. Like, I get real weed anyway, so like, I'm not gonna start crying a goddamn river because I can't get fucking Delta 8. I really don't fucking care that much. But my point is that this willy-nilly back and forth, up and down, we don't know what we're. Trump is going into this fucking blind. And the first time, I will admit, me personally, I'll speak for myself, I gave him a lot of leeway and I gave him a huge benefit of the doubt because the guy had never done it. He was a fucking billionaire. He was going in there. And my excuse that I made up was like, he's got a lot of bad people in his ear. He fucking doesn't know any better. He's not a politician guy. But now he knows better. And now now Trump is choosing to have Ted Cruz next to him. Now Trump is choosing to listen to what fucking Mark Levin said. He's doing it. And I don't fucking care how many of these. And again, right now they are losing the propaganda war real hard. Like they're not that side is falling apart. And to show you that, Tucker did an entire episode that it was kind of an impromptu one. And let me pull it up because I have timestamps, and that's why I'm bringing it up. I actually did some homework today. Tucker on the Israel First meltdown and the future of the American movement. Now I have some timestamps that I specifically wanted to get to because he covers two of our favorite people, Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro. Mr. Producer. Okay.
Or virtue are not in your DNA. We don't believe in a chosen people, and we don't believe in a damned people. Period. We don't believe that in the West. We don't believe that some peoples are inherently better or worse than other peoples. We believe in individuals in the capacity of every person to make individual choices and change for the better or the worse. And on that basis, they are your kind of classic, like, oh, everyone's out to kill me. Was assassinated. And he was trying to explain how this happened. How did Charlie get killed? Here's what he said.
Okay. The call to violence. That's what it is. You're calling people Hitler. It's a mass murder. You're treating ICE like it's the Gestapo or the SS. Then you're free to shoot them.
There you go.
I like when Mark Levin is making a deep point. He'll pause.
Pregnant pause.
for a long time.
You call people Hitler, they get killed, right? You torque up the rhetoric to, we've all decided Hitler is the worst. Okay, great. Hitler's bad, for sure.
It's like that line in Frisky Dingo when fucking the one Exticle keeps like pausing and he goes, "You should really get a tape recorder."
God, I love that.
So once you call people that, you liken them to the person we collectively agree is the worst person ever. Person we collectively agree, if you had a chance to kill baby Hitler, you would. Then why would you kill the people?
I wouldn't kill a baby. Sorry.
Yeah,
People
I
who are
wouldn't kill Hitler. I would nurture him and raise him to be the greatest Hitler he ever could be. He would be so successful.
I would go back. I would go back in time and I would just tell baby Hitler, look, man, when it comes down to you fighting the U.S. and the Soviets, you're going to have to pick one. Like, you can't be both, buddy. You can't be both.
I would go back to baby Hitler and start smacking fucking crowns out of his little fingers. No art for you.
You're yanking fucking paintbrushes out of his hands. No art. No art. Focus on political science.
Good. Then instead of fucking rounding up a bunch of Jews, he rounds up every fucking douchebag from Virginia Beach. Yeah, great job, Virgie. Really piss him off.
Thank God.
All right. Let me get. We don't got a lot of time. Let me try to get to this.
I think exactly 2 weeks after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and he was trying to explain how this happened. How did Charlie get killed? Here's what he said.
The call to violence. That's what.
But you should be discouraged from it, for sure. And as Mark Levin just said, they lead to violence. Calling people Hitler leads to violence.
And?
Well, that's, of course, of course, into warring groups.
Check this out. This is so funny. I didn't know
but
this.
The basis of racism and anti-Semitism and all forms of bias that we abhor, forms of bias that treat people as members of groups rather than individuals, all emanate from the same idea, which is you're born a certain way and you can't be fixed. You have blood guilt. And that's why it's bad to call people Nazis. And here is Mark
Remember
Levin.
what he said. Mark Levin said, if you call people Nazis, that gives you the right to fucking kill them.
Mm-hmm.
His producer went into Mark Levin's page and searched for the word Nazi.
Let me guess, it's used 17 million times.
6 million exactly.
6 million
and
one.
Calling people Nazis. Well, in this case, me. So what is that? Well,
that's all his replies. Just literally just calling Nazi and Nazi bastard.
It's, of course, a call to violence. And it's not just me. We compiled a list of all of some of the people on Twitter Mark Levin has referred to. These are all recent. Nazi, Nazi, Nazi bastard. F off, Nazi, 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 Nazi. But finally, somebody writes in
watch
on Twitter and says,
here we go. This is our favorite. Remember, this has been our favorite thing. When somebody does a reasonable question, this is a reasonable, completely chill question.
This is Mark Levin's 12th post today that's related to Israel or its critics. I know he's Jewish and sympathy for Israel is understandable, but this now borders on obsession, to which Mark Levin responds, Nazi!
For the record, I've never heard a more even-handed...
I know.
Like, even-tempered, like, hey, man, I get it. Like,
You okay?
that's your guy. Like it would be the same way if you were from Philly and you're like, yeah, man, look, like, I get it. You're an Eagles fan, but you posted about the Eagles like 27 times today. Like, it's a little unhinged. And you're like, fuck you. What do you hate the Eagles? It's like, no. I'm just saying maybe you're a little obsessed with them.
You're right. It's like first off, Mersh, go Birds.
First of all, go Birds.
First off,
it was
go
a great
Birds.
game
There's
against
a great
Green Bay this
Go
week.
Birds. First off, we do that. All right, so let me get to this part. Then he gets into Shapiro.
He was getting carried away. He just loves BB.
Okay. Sorry, let's bring this up here.
He was Marx and Engels.
Here you go.
It has nothing to do with academic theory. That's all gone. Communist in the United States is a synonym for someone who seeks to rot a society from within and destroy it. And I guess I would argue that if you don't give a shit about pornography or 63 million...
This is really quick. This is a reply when Ben Shapiro was on Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly says, Tucker doesn't think that we should be trying to do regime change in Venezuela because even though technically he's a communist, they also they're against abortion, they're against gay marriage, they're very socially conservative, right? And Ben Shapiro replied with, he's a dictator. I don't give a shit.
Abortions in the United States since Roe v. Wade or whatever, and if you don't care about 600% annual interest rates on payday loans being given to the poor...
Oh, after this section, he goes into usury.
Oh, boy.
Who's the communist exactly?
Don't fly too close
You
to the
should
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then fucking after usury, because he's not done, fucking he brings on Anna Kasparian.
Anna Kasparian does an hour with him, and she's so pretty. She said stuff,
so
I think.
pretty.
She said stuff, I'm sure. She's so pretty, though.
She's so pretty.
Rot this country from the inside. Who doesn't
Anna, I
care?
just want to sit on my couch with you and watch Steel Toe drama. That's all I want to do.
Can I tell you another reason that I liked her? She was in her interview. She was like, yeah, like I was walking my dog in my neighborhood, and like this other woman walked up to me with her dog that was like aggressive towards me, and I try to cross the street, and she walks up to me, and she goes, "You hate Jews," and she's like, "Excuse me, what?" And she goes, "Leave me. You're not gonna fire me, but you're not gonna get me canceled." She goes, "Yeah, that's where we're gonna get your husband fired." And her husband's like, she said her story about her husband made me like her. She was like, and let me explain you something about my husband. He's apolitical. When I asked him, so like, who do you vote for? What's your this or that? He goes, I just like sports. And I was like, okay, cool. He goes, that's perfect. That sounds awesome.
You
Actually,
kind of need to be
yeah,
in
a balance.
That's
You need a
the
balance.
relationship you need, though. If you're hyper political,
You need a balance.
You can't line up with a hyper. You need somebody that's like, I don't know, go Birds.
I guess go Birds.
I don't know, man.
I guess I don't
you
know. Birds.
you can't have two stressed out like
Yeah.
fucking Spurgs in your house.
About the destruction
Dude,
of human
did
beings.
Charlie Kirk shit? My wife got home and was like, "So I heard someone got like shot today."
There you go.
That's how we do it.
All right, here we go.
In our country. It's not me. You're a communist. So I thought a lot about this. I didn't want, you never want to extrapolate too much from a single clip. You don't want to be cruel to people. You don't want to be unfair. Having been unfair many times.
I don't know. I like being
it
all
weighs
those
on me.
things.
I love it.
Don't
They're
wanna
unfair
do
to
that.
us all the time.
So kind of looked around. Is this consistent with Ben Shapiro's worldview? Does he think GDP, the aggregate economic activity in a country, the bottom line number, really doesn't tell you that much? But for simple people like Ben, who aren't sophisticated in their understanding of economics, that's important. GDP, GDP, GDP. Never hinting at the things that it
The
doesn't.
GDP's great. Eggs are $40, but the GDP's
Yeah, but the GDP's
great.
up.
Remember when the GDP was up and eggs were $20, and we're like,
Yeah, because eggs are $20.
I know.
It's like, hello.
Sure. Never hinting at what a distorted number that is, just like the inflation rate or the employment rate. I mean, these are not really real numbers. But is he really a guy who cares about GDP or economic activity or some people getting rich more than he cares about the lives of his fellow Americans? Boy, that's a pretty heavy charge. You'd hate to level that against anyone. You'd hate to
I never heard this clip he's about to play, and I was fucking livid.
claim that about anyone. Could this be a guy who really only cares about a foreign country? So we went looking. So first and famously, don't even put it on the screen because I'm sure you've seen this, there was Ben Shapiro saying,
No, I haven't seen this.
Until I'd be
today.
willing to vote for Bibi Netanyahu for president of the United States if only
This I
it's
did see. Sorry,
constitutionally
this I did
allowed. Huh? You want some foreigner to run our country? Who even thinks like that? He said that. Maybe it was just he was getting carried away. He just loves Bibi so much. Loves the guy who is killing tens of thousands of children in Gaza so much that he wants him to run our country. Okay. But then we found a couple of other clips, which are recent, that give a window, not just, and I hate to be mean to poor Ben Shapiro, who's clearly going away as a media force.
Oh, that hurts him more.
Ouch.
That hurts him more than calling him short, calling his wife's vagina dry. That hurts him more than anything you could say to Ben Shapiro.
Actually, I'm very powerful.
Because, and by the way, listen to this next line. We said this before Tucker did, by the way. What he's about to say next.
I hate to be mean to him. But this does
Oh,
reflect-
sorry. There might have been a different part. He put up his media empire that was propped up by Facebook.
Oof.
Remember, we brought that up when everyone else was getting banned? The only conservative one that was getting fed to people was Ben Shapiro.
the worldview
And Crowder.
He was spending millions of dollars on Facebook advertising. Remember, Daily Wire spent $1 million.
An awful lot of people in Washington and a lot of people in Ben Shapiro's world. And that worldview is the people of this country don't really matter. They can be replaced. And by the way, if you complain about the fact they're being replaced, which they are at high speed, it's measurable, then you're a Nazi and you must shut up and be punished. But those people don't really matter. They should do what they're told. And ultimately, they should just serve the people who are profiting from all of this. Does he really think that? Well, here are a couple of clips that you can watch carefully and answer the question for yourself. Here's Ben Shapiro.
We have trained an entire generation of people to believe that if their lives are not what they want them to be, it's the fault of systems. as opposed to decisions that are in their own control. And politicians absolutely have a stake in selling that. A lot of people in our industry have a stake in selling that. It makes people feel good about themselves and bad about the world. And the reality is, if you want a better life, you should feel better about the world and worse about yourself. If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here.
If you're a young person and you cannot afford to live in the place you were born, the United States of fucking America,
it's your fault.
By the way, we're not talking these. You talk about you need to work. Ben Shapiro is still using the boomer pick yourself up by the bootstraps talking points. Hey,
yeah, the guy who's Matilda's cousin, the guy who grew up in a Hollywood rich family.
Yeah, no, it must be. Yeah, no, it's super easy to do that, Ben. It's super easy.
Why don't you just, I don't know, be born to a rich, powerful Jewish family?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is
violin you learned to play on was $20,000.
Yeah. Also, can we point out, like, all right, the yarmulke is getting out of control. Like, it's growing.
That's a regular size yarmulke. Ben's just very
He's
little.
shrinking. His media empire is shrinking
No,
with him.
But come on, man.
Oh, the big one is just war yarmulke.
But is it not slowly? It's like
it's more yarmulke than man.
It's almost like the symbiote from Venom at this point. It's taking over his whole head.
And then he starts talking like Venom.
Oy vey.
No, he starts saying things like, "We think you should support Israel." Who else is in here, Ben? What the we?
Ben Shapiro walks into a store, and then the guys go to like fucking hold up the fucking store in a robbery, and they're like, Venom's just like, start kvetching. Go ahead, start kvetching.
Hey,
hold on.
And
then Venom walks out like Spider-Man, like in Spider-Man 3. Don't be anti-symbiotic,
yeah, that will
dude.
get you shut. Shut it down.
Shut it down. We can't be doing that. Hold on, let me get back to it.
Cool it with the anti-symbiote remarks.
I'm a proud anti-symbiote, to be honest with you. I don't like them. They take everything over. You know, they don't let you control yourself. You know, they kind of get into your brain, and if you try to fight them, they kill you.
A real thing. Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that.
It's hard to know where to start with that clip. I think that's been on the internet, and people are experiencing gut-level revulsion when they see it, and they really should. And there's so many ways to approach that. There's so many things wrong with those statements. So
who is this smug-faced
childish?
midget?
Those
Why are we
statements so
listening to him?
lacking an understanding of people or any connection really to the country at all. But really, what you see underneath all of that is contempt for the people who live here. You have no right to live in a town where you were born just because your parents are buried there. Your ancestors built the town.
Okay, that's very funny. Just because your parents are buried there is very funny.
Yeah, there's like 7,000 generations of Jews that have lived in Boca Raton. So shut the fuck up.
Who do you think you are? Imagine feeling that way about someone in your own country. Imagine having that level
That's
of
the
contempt.
problem, though. It's not his country.
Well, I know it's not, but here's one more. Here's one more clip that he played.
If you had these dreams of like working really hard and retiring, how dare you? How dare you? Here's Ben Shapiro.
Listen.
No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health problem.
Did you hear that, Grandpa?
Yeah, you know, it's really easy to talk that cash money shit when you do what we do for a living. But if you're a fucking coal miner or a factory worker, hey Ben, you know factory worker, like people that assemble things, right? After years of doing that for a living, they get arthritis and shit. You get to a point where you can't do what you used to do.
Okay, well, first off, you don't deserve to have your fingers working in the United States of America. It's what freedom means.
It's one thing when you're a 75-year-old Jewish man and your entire life your job has been moving money from one account to the next account and then moving it back to the other accounts. That's easy for an old person to do. Ben, some people work for a living, and we owe it to them and our family, just like I saw you do with your grandfather.
Yeah.
They get to a point and
take
you
care
go,
of them.
we're now taking care of Grandpa.
Always.
And he can just hang out in the backyard and play dominoes and not wear socks. I don't know. That's whatever
The
Cubans
people
do.
you're fucking describing are the your legacy, are the reason you're even here. How dare you tell somebody? But here's the other thing. Ben, he's about to go into Social Security, right? The people paying into Social Security, they're not choosing to pay into it. I get it. I agree with you. Should people be able to keep their money and invest it in something that's a higher return on investment? Absolutely. You could sell me in that, no problem. I ain't no fucking boomer defender. However, what you're saying is people should work for the rest of their fucking lives. Like you said, Mersh, do you know how many times this has happened to you too? You've driven by like a construction site and you'll see a dude that's way too old to be working there and you're like, dude, what is this guy? How you feel bad? Like you feel bad because you should be able to enjoy the last years of your life. You should be able to sit around in your sit on the porch, smoke a cigar, and eat whatever you want, and have your grandchildren zoom in and go to Disney. And you should be able to do that. And the fact that Ben Shapiro thinks no, you should be working 9 to 5 forever because we need worker bees. We need worker bees. And then they use that very talking point to tell you why we need Indians here because Indians will work till they're 100 years old. Because they have no choice.
Well, yeah.
It's totally insane that you believe that you should be able to work from the time that you are essentially 20 to the time
I started working when I was 14.
And that you are 65, which is a 45-year period, pay in, and then you will receive Social Security benefits sufficient to support you and your family, you and your wife or whatever, for like another 20 years.
No, nobody, first off, Ben, nobody fucking thinks that. Social Security is not something I can't opt out of it. These people you're speaking of cannot opt out of it. So if they are taking your money at basically gunpoint, then yeah. If you're saying, if you're telling them, you are not allowed to put this bank into the fucking S&P 500, you're not allowed to put this bank into Bitcoin, you could only put this money in a failing government. That's the only place where it accrues no interest or barely any interest. Yeah. Again, it's not by choice. If people were choosing to do it, Ben, sure, you have a fucking argument. And yeah, I agree. You should not rely on Social Security. I think that's stupid. I think you should have a retirement fund. I think you should have a nest egg. I agree with all those things. But saying that you should have to work for the rest of your life is fucking ludicrous.
Bad shit.
Some people put work boots on, not loafers, you fuck. Dude, imagine that. Like, imagine telling somebody, because when I worked in the AC business, right? Imagine telling somebody that, dude, there were dudes that were so hard up, like in their fucking 60s, that were still crawling in 120-degree fucking attics. You know, and you shouldn't be able to retire. You should work forever. Go fuck yourself, Ben. Go fuck yourself.
Literally, yeah, you're supposed to care for the people in your family, the elders, as they get older.
Dude, no, nothing with these fucking people.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, Ben, you know what? Not everyone could give an honorary position to their dad when they're 90 in their company so they could funnel money through there and so they don't have to pay capital gains tax. Yeah, Ben, I know. Everybody should work till they're 90 by being on the books. We know what working till 90 means for people like you, but like Murr says, you don't have a fucking shovel.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking shovel. You're not digging a hole. So go fuck every part of yourself, Ben. I'm glad you're losing. I'm glad your media empire is crumbling. It was fucking worth it. And we were calling you out from day one, you fucking worm. He's a worm.
Crazy talk. Like, how dare you? How dare you? Now, the conventional response...
Okay, I'm going to start a company in Nashville, but I will not even be around those disgusting guys. I'm going to live in Palm Beach. That's where I'm going to be.
It's so weird, right? That his whole company's there.
He moved it. It was his idea.
To this, I've heard people say it is, well, Ben Shapiro can say that because he's a podcaster. He's not climbing ladders for a living. And if you climb ladders for a living, you
literally
know,
what you just said, Mersh.
or do any kind of physical labor, even light physical labor, your body breaks down. It's just a fact. And if you're around people who've done it, you know, by the time they get to 50, they're limping. And
my other grandfather, Armando, Juanito, my grandfather worked at a fucking mechanic shop his whole fucking life. And what he did was like, he did, I'll give you, you know what he did? What Nacho's dad did in Breaking Bad. He reupholstered stuff. And back then, you know, he did that and he did seatbelts. Like when cars needed seatbelts repaired. He worked, his hands, if you saw him, dude, they were like claws, like, because all over time. So you're telling me
he'd fuck you up at Jenga, though.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
fuck you up.
No,
at
he was a
Jenga,
machine.
even with claw hands.
One of the funniest guys I've ever knew, too.
I remember that picture of him with the sideways hat, and he was like, "Yo."
I remember one day he came up to me, and he was being in a jolly mood, and he walked up to me, put his arm around me, and he said it in Spanish, and he goes, "You know, enjoy your life now that you're young, man." He said, because when you get to my age, my balls are just for decoration. And I fucking was howling when he said that. They're just for decorations.
They're in pain. That's why
I'll never
you
forget
know,
playing Jenga with him
Yeah.
and the picture of him with the sideways hat.
Yep.
And he was like, "Yo," and I think he had like a vape.
That
in
was
his
yeah,
hand
yeah,
or something
vape. Had a vape.
retarded.
Yeah, yeah, it
Something
was awesome.
stupid.
Yeah.
You go to these little towns around the country, and most businesses are gone. There are no furniture stores or no toy stores. Like they're
Yep.
all gone. They're all at Walmart.
Yep.
They're a husk. But what you do find next to the the drug rehab places are chiropractors. There are a lot of chiropractors throughout the country. It's because poorer people, working class people, blue collar people are aching. They have trouble walking. Their backs hurt.
We wouldn't have a opiate epidemic in this country if people weren't in pain from everything they did every fucking day. And that, again, that's part of it. We wouldn't be having that problem, but we have that problem.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot cheaper to fucking pump pills down their throat than actually figure out what we do with our old people. Because you know what? We don't. We're doing it. This is gross. I guarantee you that Ben Shapiro secretly is happy that Chris Cuomo got rid of some of the elderly population in New York. I guarantee you secretly, because that's what he wants. What Ben Shapiro is describing is you're only worth something on this planet if you can provide to the fucking machine. As long as you could pump up his 401k and make sure that the GDP is up, it doesn't matter that your fingers look like fucking claws, that you can't fucking sit down, that you can't feel your fucking left leg, that then your wife is also fucking miserable and your family's miserable because you're coming home in a fucking bad mood because you're 80 years old and your friends you went to high school with have been golfing for 10 years and your whole fucking life is miserable. Your grandchildren hate you because you're a fucking miserable little man that can't play with them. Ben, go fuck yourself.
Damn, after that rant, can I ask you a question a lot of people have been asking me today?
Sure.
Are you okay?
No, you know
that
what?
got oddly specific.
I am so
And then your fucking friends are playing golf for 10 years while you're breaking your fucking back.
No, Mersh.
Damn, you all right, dog? Holy shit.
I just really hate Ben Shapiro. But
it's
no,
like it
no,
was
hey,
so
Mersh,
oddly
Mersh.
it was so oddly specific. It was one of those rants where you expect to hear, and then your fucking asshole brother-in-law,
Okay, and I'm
who's
not.
a bum,
And I'm not. Here's here. You're right. I am sad. It's brand new.
This is not brand new.
It says here.
I don't know what song this is.
Oh, damn it. Is it a new song? Oh, it's bad. Okay, how about this? Here,
That
how about
was-
this?
There you go. See, that would have been all sad. That would have been a good sad one. We're on YouTube. YouTube, terms of service.
That's it, I'm
Terms of
done. I was
service.
going to play the first notes.
They're
I'm
going to
fine.
take our channel.
I hate Ben Shapiro. I don't know if you know that. And it was oddly specific.
But it
That's
was
fair.
funny. It was just one of those rants where you expect to hear it. And then your fucking loser brother-in-law who's been staying at your house for 3 months, and he keeps saying, oh, any day now the roof's going to be fixed at his house, but he's not going
And
anywhere.
then your neighbor doesn't take out the trash, so now you have rats. You know what? Fuck you, Ben
And
Shapiro.
you're just sitting there. Ben Shapiro's just sitting there in silence like, okay, I should probably leave. This is weird.
And then I drove out of then you drive out of your fucking yard and you hit your neighbor's trash can, and then that's a fucking thing.
And by the end of it, you're like, what do you think of that, you Zionist fuck? And he's like, I have nothing to say to any of that.
That's right. I beat Ben Shapiro in a debate by talking about my personal problems vaguely.
Because he just started screaming about his real life, and Ben got up and walked away.
He didn't know how to
He's
deal
like,
with it.
I don't know what to
He didn't know
tell
how to
you.
deal with it. Look, I just want to go back to my house with my plain wife, okay?
So retirement for a man who climbs ladders is a little bit different from a man who hosts a podcast.
Well, unless you're Artie Lang's dad, in which case you go up on a ladder and then you retire very suddenly.
Well, you know
That's
what they,
sad.
You know what they say about roofing, and it has its ups and downs, right, Virgie?
Oh man!
But that's not even the point that I make. It's true.
One of the funniest troll comments I ever saw to Artie Lang was like one day when he was like relapsing and he was tweeting a lot, and somebody was like, "Wah, I should have held the ladder for my daddy." That's like the funniest comment ever.
But you know what's funny about
Shittiest comment
But you know what's funny about why I love I'll never not love Artie. He would laugh at that. Like that he's just
Listen, if heroin didn't ruin him, Artie Lang was at one time, pound for pound, and by the way, he was fat, so pound for pound means more. He was the funniest human being on the planet.
Well, Mersh, before we get to the funniest human being on the planet, did you know that Ron Perlman did stand-up in 1988?
You're fucking with me.
Okay. Am I fucking with you? Or do I have it right here? Then we're going to watch it.
Hey, little Donnie, look at me, I'm doing stand-up.
1988. Do you want to see if he's good at comedy?
I want it more than anything.
Let me skip to the his part. It's a little crunchy, so I apologize.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
What is this?
That's Ron Perlman.
I found this today.
I know, but this is insane.
Oh, yeah. But I want to keep in mind, 1988, he already made he made a few movies already, so he was already an actor.
Ooh, Royce, Mersh. We want you to count the jokes.
Oh, yeah, Mersh. Okay, yeah. You're good. I love doing this because we watched it today with John, and John used to do stand-up too, right? So anyone who does stand-up was like, oh, bro, tell me how long. If any joke should take as long as this.
It's very good to see you all here tonight, and I'm particularly excited to be here tonight, mostly because I get to appear as myself, Ron Perlman. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these egocentric type of guys. It's
What's
just
happening?
That's his first joke.
What's happening right
He's
now?
not one of these egocentric kind of guys.
This feels like a bad date. I feel like I'm on a bad date.
Do you like talking about the craft?
Oh, no.
I think that
Bro,
after the kind of dude
this is like when Kevin Smith did those fucking live shows.
Watch.
that I've paid and some of the work that I've done, that, I'm entitled to some of the whining and the dining and, being invited to premieres and interviews on
What is
Entertainment
happening?
Tonight.
He's talking about Aquiles for a bit.
Yeah, no, you
But,
know what? Can I tell you from experience? I've been on stage a lot. Royce has seen me on stage. I'm not bad at comedy. Hey, Royce, you notice when I go on stage, right, how cool I try to come off
Yeah, he
to the
does.
audience.
He does.
It really is.
You know what Mersh does?
It's
he puts a cigarette in his mouth and he lights it like this.
Yeah,
Over the head, yeah.
The foundation of comedy is based on showing the audience just how cool you are. You got to prove how big your dick is, and how you fuck all the chicks, and you go to premieres, and
That's
everybody's
cool.
like, "That's hilarious."
That's cool.
It's like
Well,
Louis
for a while
C.K.
there,
once said, Ron, making $40 million is not funny. Losing $40 million is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It looked a little bit shaky. When I first started in this business, I had a very certain refined image that I wanted to project. Here I was classically trained, I studied all.
Ron
acting
Perlman
from-
has the energy of a rapist on a date.
Yeah. He also has the face
of a rapist. He's also a rapist. Ron Perlman's a rapist. is what I'm-
Kidding. He's not, actually. Allegedly, that's a joke. Ron Perlman has played a rapist on shows and movies.
Oh, I got confused. Yeah. I also
It
thought
just
he
turns
was,
out he's a character actor.
Yeah, I also thought he was a biker that murdered Peg Bundy's fucking husband. I don't know. I get confused.
Don't even start the show because it ends so badly. You're gonna be sad.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it.
Holy shit, that show fell apart. That first season was awesome, and then it
Do you like when he went to Ireland?
That's when you first of all, you specifically know how much
I
that
know.
bothers
He
me, and you bring it
hated
up on
it.
purpose.
He hated it.
That show was great, and then they just went, the IRA kidnapped my son, and we got to go to Ireland, and it's like, oh, so you got tax breaks in Belfast, and
Yeah.
we had to shoehorn this in?
Yeah.
I spent hour after hour perfecting my speaking voice,
Oh,
how
that's
to
good.
bring forth emotions, whether Shakespearean soliloquy or Tennessee Williams monologue, and most important,
Tennessee
I worked
Williams.
day after day in front of not just an ordinary mirror, but a magnifying
Is
mirror.
this
so
it?
that I
What
could
is
see my face.
happening?
Comedy.
Yo.
I feel like I'm playing one of those really esoteric like horror games where you find like little logs from a doctor.
And you hear it while you're playing in your ear, like Fallout.
doing- yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Fallout.
Fallout, when you
when
find
you
a-
pick
when
up
you
like
find
a
a
recording,
holotape-
yeah,
a
holotape, and you're
holotape
walking
from
around,
Fallout.
and all you hear is
You
hear-
know, as you're looking for
Yeah.
other things, you just hear,
And you hear-
well, when I go to premieres, I like to blah, blah, blah.
You know, when I started in Quest for Fire, it was very difficult to get into the role.
And then yeah, while that's playing in the background, what you hear is this. Here.
Yes. When I go to premieres, I like
No
to.
cornucopia of expression.
It even sounds with a bad quality like a holotape.
Right?
Yeah.
The subtle raise of the eyebrow. Either one. The broad, slow grin. The furrowing of the brow.
I am so confused.
It
Oh,
sort
God,
of
it's a death
shows
claw.
that the
A
first
death
roll
claw.
out of
Oh,
the
God.
box is like 3.5 hours in a makeup chair.
Okay, now can I just show you something real quick? You might think he's an actor. Actors can't do stand up.
You know what? Can I just tell you though what really my biggest takeaway from this is?
Sure.
It's amazing to me just how like most real comedians would at least like 30 seconds, 40 seconds into this, if they hadn't gotten a laugh yet, they'd start panicking.
Yep.
I got to give it to Ron. He's so supremely confident in this horse shit that he just keeps plowing ahead. Like he doesn't even get like, whoa, I'm not getting a reaction from the crowd. Like he doesn't give a fuck. He'll just sit there and talk.
Now let me show you somebody who's an actor who was a comedian before they became an actor. Michael Keaton.
I guarantee you, without even seeing, I've never seen his comedy. I will bet you $1,000 he was great.
Okay.
It's one of the funniest bits we've seen.
Honestly, I will
ever.
bet you $1,000 sight unseen. Michael Keaton was great at comedy.
And when I tell you this, when I say let it cook, let it cook.
That's great. Remember Bazooka Joe bubblegum? Yeah. Let's see if I got it here. Yeah, still got some. Bazooka Joe bubblegum. Now, I'm sorry. I don't care if you're the president of a corporation. You can be Alexander Haig, and you can't not read these.
So
you know,
good.
you can't throw this. Is something you just don't do this. You just don't put Bazooka Joe in your mouth and throw the thing away.
That
no
is
one in the
actually
world
true.
does
That
it.
is
You know,
funny.
you can go,
That's kind of
"Hey,
a,
Wax,
it's
yeah,
very
I'll say
dated,
you
by the
something."
way,
But it's
but
true.
very funny.
But it's true.
Here.
Here we go. This is great.
You know, you can't do it. You can't put it down. Now, I read this today, and I got to tell you, this is very funny. I'm sorry. This is just a very funny thing. Do you know, are you familiar with the characters? Bazooka Joe, the turtleneck floater, like that. You know, I could never understood how Bazooka Joe, he always had a lot of food on his sweater because it never got through. And then Tubby, they're standing here, okay? Here it is. And I'll just read it to you. Now, you might not laugh, but I think this is very funny. He says, Bazooka Joe has a clock in his hand, you know? And Tubby says, "What are you doing, Bazooka Joe?" And he says, "I'm throwing a clock out the window." And he says, "Why?" And Bazooka Joe says, "I wanted to see time fly." Okay? All right, now wait a minute. Okay, now wait a minute. Tubby says to him, "Time, Bazooka Joe? It's a rather ethereal subject, isn't it?"
Let him cook.
And Bazooka Joe says, "Well, it depends on how one views time."
This is
if
very
you see
funny.
time traveling in a horizontal line to infinity, well then yes, I guess it is. But I'll say that,
This
you
is
see it broken up
already
in
brilliant.
segments.
And the fact is,
I just
well,
love
okay.
the premise. It's
And
brilliant.
What kills me, and that different people is he keeps reading, and the paper's so little. It's a little because you read a Bazooka. It's like 2 lines normally.
It was always a quick one-liner thing.
It is, but outside that, people see it broken up in segments. And then Tubby comes back with, I think, something pretty clever. Tubby comes back and says, "Yes, but wasn't it Eugene O'Neill who said, 'Weary am I of the tumult'?"
No, I will. Listen, that man would have to get caught like in 4K on Epstein Island for
Yep.
me to ever hate him. Like,
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I will be a Michael Keaton stan until the day I die.
That's such a good
So
joke.
wasn't it Eugene
This is great.
O'Neill
Watch
who
the
said,
punchline though.
"Weary am I of the tumult, sick of the madding crowd, longing for far sea places where the soul may think aloud." And then Bazooka Joe looks at him and goes, "Hey, sorry I f***ing asked, okay?"
Sorry, I fucking asked. What a fucking great dude. That's a good joke. That was very funny. See Ron Perlman? You see immediately. Sage Retard gave $20. So is that what you call a getaway? Tell me what you got away with, because I've seen more spine in jellyfish. I've seen more guns.
All right,
in
we're doing
11-year-old
brand new
kids
lyrics now,
Have
okay.
around
Yeah.
kids and you
All
knew it
right,
was going
there
to
we go.
happen. You
You
knew it was going to
motherfuckers.
happen. Anything on YouTube, Mush?
Yes, we got plenty on YouTube.
All right, let's read 'em up.
Let me clicky here. We have Capam 15 for 5 said every time Marie isn't on Daywave, one of the hosts should be saying, "Where's Marie?"
Oh, don't
We
poochie
should
her.
have
I'll
more
kill
Marie.
you. Oh, you motherfuckers.
I come buckets for 2. Royce, crack an egg under Mersha's bed for health. What? Is that a lyric
That
again,
is-
you motherfucker? Or is that a you thing?
I don't know. I didn't say anything. I don't know about that one.
I come buckets for 2. The Fetterman assassination was an uneven sidewalk. It's very funny. Red Hot Randy for 2. Pam Bondi is married to a senior citizen. Stephen's lament for 8. To be fair to Ben, Yids do have a tendency to kick people out of their homes and force them into refugee camps. It's like a reflex. Very good. And Captain 15 for 5 said, "Oh, Ben, those aren't chiropractors. Those are Asian hot rubs."
Yeah.
Or, oh, I'm sorry, Asian rub hubs. which is very funny.
Rub hubs. Is that all of them?
That's all of them.
All right, let me see if I can do a read here.
I don't feel good about it.
Failed to start campaign. RevengeOfTheSith.locals.com if you want to catch tomorrow's movie riff and Wednesday shows. And you support the show if you really like what we're doing. If you look in the description of the video, you'll see it. RevengeOfTheSith.locals.com, $7 a month. Guys, I think it's fucking completely worth it. And you guys should go sign up. We have Ricada coming up next. We're going to talk more about the Kash Patel thing. We'll be right back. I'm going to keep playing Fallout music.
To forget about how much I care for you. It's all over, but the dreaming poor little dreams that keep trying to come true. It's all over, but the cry. And I can't get over crying over you. It's all over but the crying. And nobody's crying but me. Friends all over know I'm trying to forget about how much I care for you. It's all over but the dreaming, poor little dreams that keep trying to come true. It's all over but the crying, and I can't get over crying over you.
I remember one time I was in a place like this. Sri Lanka, formerly Ceylon. It was about 3 in the morning, and I was looking for 1,000 brown M&Ms to fill a brandy glass, or Ozzy wouldn't go on stage that night. So, Jeff Beck pops his head round the door and mentions there's a little sweet shop on the edge of town.
Hey, Wayne. Hey, Garth.
Hey, Milton. Hey, Milton. How's it going, man?
Awesome party. Good tunes, good brew, good buddies. I feel great, man. I feel great! I don't know, man. I hate my father. I hate my life. But I feel great, man. You guys are great. I'm gonna go pick a fight.
He's gotten a lot better, don't you think? Way better.
Second hour, ROTC. Thank you for staying with us. If you're new here, hit the like button. If you're old here, hit the like button. Mersh ran away. He doesn't like confrontation. Now he went to get a drink. Hi. He got his drink. Well, Mersh, please set up our guest. Please.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the program for the first time ever is America's second most hated lawyer, only because Alan Dershowitz is still alive, and the pawn master himself, Nick Ricada. What's going on, buddy?
Nick. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm really happy to be on here. Like, I'm reasonably elated.
I was very happy you were coming on today, and then I saw that jacket, and now I'm rethinking this whole thing.
Man, I saw this jacket and bought it immediately from Goodwill for $7. And because I saw Stone Temple Pilots perform their #4 tour, and Scott Weiland was wearing a steel gray suit, and I was like, man, that's fucking cool. It was undeniably, he's way cooler than me, don't get me wrong, but like it was like, okay. And then I see this gray leather suit jacket and I'm like, well, how do I not buy this? How do I not do it?
I just love the fact that like a month or two ago, Nick just started dressing like the way the internet perceives him.
Yeah,
and I love
that's
that.
good. I do like
that's
that.
great. Just lean into it.
He did lean into it. Yeah, Scott Weiland, of course, from the very famous band Velvet Revolver. So we speaking.
that.
Everyone,
Don't
no,
do
yes,
that to my
the
boy.
best.
Don't
Shout
do
out
that to my boy.
Very
Don't
famous Velvet Revolver band. It was really good. You know, it was
I
awesome,
hated
and
Stone
he-
Temple Pilots until Tiny Music. The songs
Tiny
from
Music's
Nevada.
great.
That was the album that turned me. I was like, God, they're good.
You know, Royce, I didn't know I was coming into a hostile territory.
No, this is what it is. And honestly, is that
You and I have a lot we got to iron out, Ricada.
Is that jacket the reason he fucking killed himself?
Yes, that's what happened.
Well, no, dude, I'm honestly glad you're on, dude. I mean, I watched your entire fucking thing about this loss. It's so fucking great. I mean,
Which one? There's so many silly ones.
This is the Elijah Schaefer suit.
Okay, because I was like, the Cash Patel one's silly, the Elijah Schaefer one's silly. It's everybody's getting sued.
Apparently he was also suing this other Kyle guy for like $5 million as well.
Yeah, there's 3 people that they're suing. It's all basically the same thing.
Why didn't they go for $6 million? I just feel like that's
a more round number.
Yeah, you know, it would have been funnier.
They couldn't prove out $6 million. They always come
No,
up short every time they
every
try.
time, yeah. I mean, if we were going by Red Cross numbers, they would have been suing him for $250,000. Sorry, that's guys. Come on, YouTube terms of service.
Yes, come on, man. Seriously. Yeah, but who is he suing? Sorry, who's the other people?
I don't know the other people at all. I mean, I could find them. I
No,
guess.
it's okay. I don't care. It doesn't really matter that much. I was just curious if you knew. What I care about is the one that is the Elijah Schaefer one. I mean, that one is
egregious.
Dude, did you see she tweeted again today? She was like, "If people only knew the small details," and I'm like, "What?"
No, they're in the lawsuit. We know the small details. We read them.
They're also in Cash's pants. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Dude, is that like the least looks matched couple you've ever seen in your life?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's, not since Aaron and April has a couple been more.
Yeah, that one always bugged me too. I was like, what is going on here? Holy shit.
She's going to leave him before midterms because here's what I was saying. Here's my theory. Right now, because we all know women like her, right now, you're hearing a lot like, why aren't you stopping them from making fun of me online? What's the point of you being the director of the fucking FBI if you can't stop them from mocking me?
Yeah. Pure cunt energy vibes. Like that's just coming out of her. You know, she's complaining about this all the time. She's like, I'm really worried about what people are saying. And Cash is probably rolling his eyes, like, because he seems to be, you know, he was a podcaster.
Well, his one good eye, but yeah.
Yeah. And so he would, you know, he's been through it a little bit. He's seen the criticisms and he's got to be like, no, like you have to ignore some of this, but I guess he's just, I guess the whip cracked. Right. And it's like, you know, if you want access to the honeypot, you need to pony up here and get your law firm to represent me. You know, she's not paying him. It's probably being done pro bono. It's going to cost well over $100,000, maybe $200,000, $300,000 if Elijah wants to punish him, and Cash is just going to eat it. Like,
oh yeah,
just fucking eat the cost.
In a roundabout way, the U.S. taxpayer, no matter what they fucking try to gaslight us, we're going to kind of pay for this in one way or the other. And it's
well, we're already paying for it. Cash Patel's the fucking head of the FBI.
Yeah, that's the first H-1B visa that we fucking brought in here, and he's already fucking ruining everything. No, I mean, seriously, look, here's the truth. I don't care if you're the FBI director. I don't care if you're the president of the United States. When you're an Indian, you still have Indian energy, and you will simp for women. And Cash Patel, no Indian guy is going to land a girl like that. And by the way, the biggest argument that I saw, and I'm sure you've seen it too, Nick, was, well, she's not a public figure. She's not a public figure.
Yeah, and there's big problems with that. First, in the lawsuit, right at the beginning, they lay out that she's a very successful and famous country music singer, even though no one's ever heard of her. When you go to look her up, like you'll see pictures of her performing in front of huge crowds. So I don't know how that happened, but I guess she's somewhat prolific there. She's also a media personality for PragerU, and she's got a she's got a decent sized Twitter. I think 88,000 followers, something like that. All this public figure law was written a long time ago, before things like social media, where you could directly measure like how popular someone is, and judges don't really know how to apply it. But none of that actually matters. That's kind of like the initial argument. What matters is this. They also say in the lawsuit that Elijah is not the originator of this claim. He was repeating what other people had been saying for months, and most critically, that she engaged and denounced online. Once you enter into the public forum, you set yourself up to be a limited purpose public figure for the purposes of the defamatory statements. And so in this case, she's defended herself from being a honeypot, and Elijah didn't cause her to defend that. So she doesn't get to use the I'm a private person. No, sorry, sweetie. You went on Twitter, and she continues to go on Twitter. So it's not like she made one statement and then let it go through a PR firm or something. She's out there engaged herself in this, and that puts her squarely in limited purpose public figure, which is the same as a general public figure as far as the law is concerned. So she's absolutely fucked.
It even says on her fucking Twitter account, she's tagged herself as a media personality. Like, if you go to her Twitter, she tagged herself as a media personality because she's a woman and she needs as much attention as humanly possible. I understand that, but it's this. I know I know people. Everyone's like, Cash. I honestly believe that the reality of this situation is, I think he doesn't want to do this. I do think he is smart enough to know, and I think that he is so fucking pussy whipped that he's like, okay, fine, I can't stop you from suing, or I guess fucking sue him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, we all, like, all right, you're a public person, Nick's a public person, I'm a public person, right? Every one of us has had a chick that has had to deal with this. And what do we always tell them? Just fucking ignore it. Like, it's stupid. Just shut, you know what I mean? Just block them, ignore it. It's stupid.
Airs 99.9% of the time.
Oh. Yeah. No.
Like,
it's the Streisand effect, though. Now the entire fucking internet is talking. People that didn't know about it or care about it are now talking about it.
There's songs about her being a honeypot. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, that foundering song. That foundering song was fucking hilarious.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's best to just we've all been there, and it's generally it's easy for us because all three of us wake up every day to no less than like 5 messages of like, I'm coming to your house to fucking kill you, and you're like, yeah, whatever, dude. But when it's your chick, you know, and they're dealing with it, you generally have to go, look, I know you're probably a little upset. Shut the phone off. Let's watch some fucking Gilmore Girls or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Let's just calm down. There's nothing you can do. But if you want me to sue him for $5 million, guess what? 10,000 more people are going to pop up tomorrow and start fucking with you.
They had to know that. There's no way they didn't know that this was going to happen. The Streisand effect is undefeated always.
The internet, there'll always be more people on the internet. They will always be funnier than you, and they will always be bored. So just let it go.
Yep.
So the other problem, or the problem that I see, is that I agree 100% with what you laid out. That's probably his problem. He's tried to keep her away. But now it's like, well, if you're going to do this, I'm going to bring in my firm to do it. And the reason he would do that is because actually for purely improper reasons, right? Because they're going to protect Kash Patel's interests. Elijah's already mentioned, like, you're opening up some of his communications for discovery. I think much more potential for embarrassment and, leverage purposes are opening up her communications for discovery. What other men has she talked to? What other men is she talking to? What is she talking to them about? Is she talking to them about Kash Patel? Is she talking to them about Israel, Mossad, U.S. policy in any way? Any of those communications suddenly they become part of the conversation. And they may allow access to Kash himself and his own personal communications. I think Elijah's overstated that a little bit. But here's the problem. That law firm has a huge conflict of interest since they've represented Kash Patel, and it looks ostensibly like they'd be stepping in to protect his interests during this lawsuit. So that means that when it may be beneficial for her to turn over messages between her and Kash, or things, talk about things that Kash has said, they're not married, there's no privilege. When it may be beneficial for her to talk about that for her case, is the law firm going to properly represent her interests versus his? She's the client. And that means that Elijah's lawyers can probably bounce this law firm straight out of the gate. Like they should, if they want to really fuck with cash, they would immediately file a petition to remove these lawyers for a conflict of interest, saying that they can't possibly represent both of them, and that there is an ongoing and real conflict here. Because and the other thing is the interest of the United States is another party that that has to be considered. And if this law firm has done any work for the United States or any branch of the United States, they've got huge issues there with conflict as well, because they don't want Cash's communications out. That's what makes this lawsuit so fucking stupid. Is like, oh, well, okay. Like, imagine if she's got flirty simp texts.
Oh yeah.
With an Israeli national.
I really want to see fucking Cash Patel go full Matt Mead and be like, oh yeah, your boyfriend Shlomo, are you DMing him now?
But and the other part that is this, regardless of, I don't care if you're the fucking head of the FBI, pillow talk is fucking pillow talk, and who knows some of the shit that he's fucking told her. Even if you don't get his communications, knowing her, she's a dumb broad. She's gonna text somebody, could possibly text somebody some information that's not public, and now you are now opening up the fucking U.S. government all over. You couldn't take the fact that somebody retweeted you. It is, to me, it's like normally when you see stuff like this, a great example, right? Like when the left was in charge, they did this more masterfully, right? Like it was very like so webs, and then you had to go all over the place. They're not smart enough. Like they're trying to do the same thing, like this lawfare thing. And right off the jump, like you said, even me, like obviously we're not fucking lawyers. I don't know any of this shit. But just off it, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that's illegal. I think you're just allowed to post a photo of somebody. What's the problem? Like I don't get it. Like, because my mind immediately goes to, well, then I could be sued like 5 billion times. Like I literally do it every single fucking day to different public figures. So like, you can't be doing this. And now what's happening is, I'm sure you've seen it, there's people that don't even fucking like Elijah. Like, look, I don't even like Elijah, but what the fuck is this shit? And now you're turning and you're drawing more attention to it. And eventually, and it hasn't happened yet, but they're going to be a White House press briefing and somebody's going to ask. And then you have a real problem.
Right. And imagine they can't get into his phone necessarily, not out the gate. They could say he's a necessary party and that the defamation is actually against him and stuff like that, because now he's with a foreign agent, et cetera. Like they could try a whole bunch of different tactics. But even if they can't get the communications between her and him from her phone, and she filed this suit, so if she deleted those messages after filing suit, or even right before, she's really fucked. That'd be destroying evidence. Very, very big problems. They'll lose the lawsuit, sanctions, and all that stuff. But imagine her and Cash have done any illegal or illicit activities together.
Mm-hmm. I was literally specifically thinking, like, what, you guys never had a little blow at a party before or something? Come on. Right. And I'm not saying you got a whole bunch of it in your safe and nothing, but we've all been to a party, is my point.
But, no,
you know what I mean? We've all
plenty,
been offered some at a club.
They've been plenty too. DC parties.
Yeah.
So there's, you know what I mean?
That's that
like,
good shit.
Let's be real fucking listic about these people. And listen, we all fucking know that all these people do this shit. We're not fucking shocked by it. But there's always this decorum of like, look, we don't want if the FBI director's out there fucking doing this shit, fine, but we don't even want to know about it. I don't need to go to sleep at night knowing that the FBI director, the guy who's in charge of the biggest fucking law enforcement in the country, is a fucking simp to some fucking broad that he met a couple years ago at an event. Like, look, I'm not going to make the claim that it's a honeypot. We saw that coming up and we never even talked about it on the show because we were like, whatever. This is stupid. Who cares? Like everybody says that about everybody. But now you're making us talk about it. We wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for it. And now all this does is like you were saying, Nick, it's the same thing. It's like all it takes is one flirty text with not even an Israeli agent, somebody with a precious metal in their name. Mm-hmm. And then whether it's good or not, then it's going to be like, see, she is talking to, and then I don't understand why they did this. I do understand when people do like things like in a notorious way, they have an end result, but what's the upside to this? Even if you win.
There isn't. I don't
5
see
milli that Elijah Schaffer will never be able to pay them.
Right, because so Elijah had this 15-minute kind of, and I'm personal friends with him. I love the guy, but
we've been on the show a couple of times too.
Yeah, he had this like little spurg out call. It's about 15 minutes that he did on a Twitter space, and he talked about how Rift TV is funded. Like he kind of like alluded to it, but he didn't spell it out. But the impression that you get is, especially when the government came after Elijah, that he doesn't hold assets. He doesn't have money in his name. He said he turned over all his bank accounts to a trustee. He basically like gave up all this stuff that he owned, etc. But Rift TV is funded by someone, and it's pretty well funded, it appears. And they seem to be willing to fund the lawsuit. But you can't get to them. You're going after Elijah.
Yep.
And if Elijah gets a $5 million judgment on him, all he's going to do is have all of the money sit in an LLC, and then he'll pay himself out as necessary for needed expenses and keep on this minimal amount of money that he needs to survive. And you can't like garnish or levy wages. You have to like leave them cost of living plus 20% or something like that. So as if Elijah lives like a relatively humble life, everything's just purchased through if everything's purchased through an LLC and is part of the company, like you can buy, a nice BMW or Mercedes for a company
car. Yeah.
You can have really nice stuff that all goes through the company and none of it comes through personal income. And he can live a really nice life and never pay that judgment, and they can't go after him. What are you going to do? You got a piece of paper and a guy's got no money in the bank. But he's always able to eat.
But moreover, so I ask you this: looking at this just as like and everything I've seen, do you think in a fair trial they would even have a case with this? Like, I'm really asking. Like, no, right? No, it feels like it's just it feels like intimidation by proxy, basically government intimidation by proxy, which is the part where like I'm blown up because I was talking about, I tweeted about this too, but like I posted a photo and I even asked Grok, like every post concerning that stupid Epstein binder, none of them have mentioned this. Not fucking one of them. Free speech warriors, all these free speech warriors, they don't want to talk about it. And my only point is like, if it was Hunter Biden's girlfriend that was doing this very thing, it would be on every fucking Fox News, Newsmat. They would never fucking stop talking about it. And honestly, man, like that's the part where I start feeling really fucking uncomfortable. It's like, oh, you're just gonna do the same shit, aren't you? You're just doing it, and now now these guys are gonna fucking protect you. It's. I do fucking hope that I think that this backfired on them. I think that the PR that they got is not worth what they were trying to do. This intimidation tactic, because what are you gonna sue all of Twitter now?
Right. I mean, it blew up, and now everybody thinks she's a honeypot who didn't before, because I know they say the obvious implication is that Elijah's calling her a honeypot, but there's a really simple other explanation to his post. He's just making fun of how much better looking she is than him. Like, she doesn't actually have to be a honeypot, but it's like something would have to explain this is basically the joke. And that's just a jab at Cash, and it's comedy, and he's a government official. We can criticize him. And so like when you have,
I can imagine the lawyer going like, Your Honor, he's Indian. And that's it. I rest my case.
That really should be the ultimate shutdown to anyone. You're Indian.
If you're Elijah's lawyers and you're not already pulling the studies on OkCupid where they talk about desirability by race, and you go, look, this is the lowest value male according to OkCupid. In online dating, they're wanted the least of anybody. Why would this beautiful brunette want to be with this guy who's so low value? Like
I want that to be an official court record. I literally want to have a document that says.
I want that to be admissible. I want it to be a matter of public record.
I want a matter of public record. Now we go, look, now what you did, now we have it's documented in public records that Indians are gross.
Yeah, under penalty of perjury. Ew.
And it's backed up by dating data. Who gets swiped left the most? Indian men. Over and over. And it's like that would be first out the gate. Be like, look, because if they're gonna put you through this, and someone is gonna try and lawfare you, punish the fuck out of them in every opportunity. Embarrass them. Put the most embarrassing shit you can on the record for them. Because like, okay, fine. You want to make the soup? Now eat it, bitch.
Yeah, no, and it's
and unfortunately it's Indian, so it's soup made with somebody's feet.
And then the lawyer comes back to Elijah, whispers to him, and he goes, don't worry. The next thing I have is open defecation statistics by country.
Yeah.
We're golden. We're fucking golden. We're golden. Don't even worry about it.
I want Cash to have to take the stand and be like, actually, Indians take the most showers. Okay, I saw a meme that said that. So,
We've been looking into it heavily using all of our intelligence resources. And that shit slinging festival that they talk about, that didn't happen. We're pretty sure that was AI.
Yeah, that was AI. No, Indians are proud people.
Remember that one mayor that was like, I'm going to drink out of the Ganges, and he was dead within 2 days?
Dead within 2 days, died.
Within 2 days. He was
Immediately
like, I'm going to
fucking
show
died.
you how clean our rivers are. And he drank water, dead in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's fucking Oregon Trail levels of dysentery. What are you doing?
Yeah, seriously.
You actually had better odds being like a pioneer in the Old West, in like the, you know what I mean, in the 1800s than living in India as a tourist.
But I've also said, like, we brought this up. Like, I have an Apu theory. Indians were protected from all this ridicule when Apu was the role model, because it was a hardworking Indian guy. He was a nice guy, had a family, and the moment they said a white guy can't voice him, all bets were off. He was the best example of an Indian, and now what do you got, guys? You did this to yourself.
It's so great that an Indian took out Apu, and now everyone hates Indians more than ever. It's
Yep.
like, I bet you'd like to walk that one back, wouldn't you, Rajit, or whatever the fuck your name is.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole thing's a disaster.
He's trying to litigate that his girlfriend's cool. Like, this never works. We can't go to court and go, Your Honor, I'm actually pretty fucking cool, and she likes me because of me. It's like, all right, what are we doing?
Right here, I'm looking at this text message here, and it says, Cash Patel texted Diane Bongino, your boy didn't do too bad, did he?
Oh, come on now.
That's unrelated. I'm talking about a different situation.
Should I use my powers on Cash Patel?
Yeah.
Take his bitch?
Oh, don't
You know
take
what I
it,
mean?
Mr. Take your bitch over here now.
Sorry, bro.
Merce thinks he could take everybody's bitch now. He's been just the worst.
I'm sorry, am I
lately.
wrong, Nick?
You are slightly wrong because this is a tag team effort, right? I have to wingman this girl into your DMs.
First of all, we're also talking about we're talking about my queen Scarlett also, okay? I've been on a run lately.
That's true. Scarlett and I appreciate the efforts to save Scarlett. I think that girl is in a really bad situation where she's convinced that she deserves the treatment that she's getting, that's all she's worth, and it's like nothing you've done makes you deserve being around these people. Those people are
look, you might be horrible, but he's worse.
Yeah. I mean, who would want to be around the Dabbleverse? I get it. Oh, are we talking about?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense. No, but I going back to the thing. I think this is bullshit, and it's he's gonna be asked. He's gonna have a sit down talking about some sort of pedo ring they caught or some shit, and somebody's gonna ask him. And I don't know how he's going to fucking answer it. Is he going to go, look, that's not me, that's her, I have nothing to do with this? And that's a really good point. You brought up they're not married. So they don't even have that confidentiality.
Oh, God, that's right.
Not a lick of privilege at all. And since they're, they're in this lawsuit together, like they can't use like attorney-client privilege between her and Cash. That would be, kind of improper in this scenario. They've got a whole host of issues. And yeah, I don't know if Cash would take the stand. It'd probably be better to depose him than have him take the stand. And every politician or every government official is most terrified of a deposition. They would rather be rectally examined by a wine bottle opener than fucking have to sit for deposition for 6 to 8 hours. Hitler had to sit for deposition for 8 hours, and he made sure that the Jew that cross-examined him for 8 hours died in a concentration camp specifically.
No wonder he was so mad.
That's all it was. Just one day in court, and you're like, I'm ridding the country of all of these people.
Because he sat there and he made Hitler like admit to taking all this stuff specifically from Jews. It was like, and it was really embarrassing because they had tried to kind of keep like this air about it, like, oh no, this is all legal. But the government officials don't want it. And you mentioned like a pedo ring. Imagine asking Cash Patel how many pieces of child sexual abuse material he's personally seen at deposition.
Oh, you're right. You could ask him whatever the fuck you want, and he would have to put it on record.
All right, can we do the Jeffrey Epstein thing? Can we ask him what shape his penis is? I want to find out if we're talking an egg shape, a regular shape. What are we doing here?
Well, I don't know, but it's an Indian guy, so statistically every woman that's seen it's been against their will. So, I mean, that's statistics. That's not anything else. Again.
I still love the fact to this day, if you watch the Epstein thing, that was the last straw for him. They were literally talking about him like raping underage children, and he was cool as a cucumber, and then they were like, do you have an egg-shaped penis? And he's like, we're fucking done here. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I can't do it. We're not talking about my penis anymore.
That's enough.
My belt, please.
Then you find that I would love he's into like kinks. It would be so funny if the text he's a sub. He's like a big fucking sub.
Well, and of course they're like, if she's a honeypot, right? Like the question is, she's a honeypot, then the romanticism in their relationship is on the table. Like you want to know, okay, like how often do you guys sleep with each other? Like how often do you have sex?
I can't wait for this. Is he giving you that good dick? Is he putting you to sleep, baby girl? I want to ask those questions.
Is cunnilingus part of the agreement?
Oh.
Candace Owens said today, Kash Patel is a teenager in love.
It really is,
But
though.
it looks
really is. Like, he's using the court. He's the head of the FBI, and he's literally going, leave my girlfriend alone. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump just calls him in and is like, you got to resign. Frankly, I can't have simps. They'll forgive me for a lot of things. They'll forgive me for the Epstein stuff, but we can't have simps.
It's a no simp administration.
No simps. We only simp for Israel.
He's going to have to go. Like, he's compromised now. If he wasn't compromised by a honeypot, he's compromised by bad decision making. And Trump is going to have to, at some point, distance himself from Kash Patel. We'll probably see it over the next 2 weeks or so. We're going to see something. And then who knows when he's going to get the axe, but he's going to have to go. Because even if she's not Mossad, there's enough people thinking she's Mossad that it damages the credibility and integrity of the FBI. To have the director with this young girl who clearly, even if they can't say it out loud, clearly is making him make decisions that are not reasonable, rational, or in the best interest of the country. It's like you compromise yourself, man. Like and hey, I get it. She's hot.
But
Get over yourself.
Yeah, but also you're the fucking director of the FBI now. You could get a million bitches like this to fuck you. That's the part I don't get. He's not an Indian guy working at a SIM card store in Mumbai. You know what I mean? Like he's the fucking.
He should be, but he's not.
He should be able to walk into the Palm and fucking get the number from any fucking waitress in DC if he felt like it. It's he is actually in love. Like I don't even think it's a pussy thing. Like I think this dude like fell in love. Like he and
simp.
Because that's what he's acting. He's acting like a fucking simp. And I mean everybody is distancing. Everybody is there's nobody's talking about it, and not because they're protecting him. I think you're right. I think nobody's talking about it. 'Cause I think Dan Bongino's waiting in the wings to take his job. I think that's what's gonna
FBI
happen.
director Danny Bada Bing. I can't wait for it.
I think it was probably one of those where Bongino was this is hypothetical, obviously, but Bongino was texting Alexis, hey, if I were you, I'd sue that Elijah guy. I know I wouldn't put up with that. Like from where I'm from,
I wouldn't take that shit
like
personally.
where I'm from,
my
like
wife.
Where I'm from?
If that was my wife, who I am married to, by the way, and have children with, but if that was my wife, I would defend her personally.
Yeah,
that was me. But that's if it were me in that particular situation,
I would have put up with it, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Just
Look,
gas it up,
well, you
Kash
know what?
Patel.
I guess the thing what they say about Indians is true. You know, they're a little weaker people.
He's gassing up Kash Patel at a lunch, and he's texting his wife, going, "Can you believe I almost quit this job?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Can you believe I almost quit? I'm going to run this
I'm going
place.
to be the director of the FBI because this guy got control of his dick. It's funny because obviously, look, the country's falling apart. Obviously, I think we all agree. But boy, it's never been funnier to do a show, huh? It's been the funnest it's ever been for me.
It's been pretty wild, and the thing with all this is Kash is already kind of a controversial pick. One, he's obviously Indian, but two,
that's the worst part.
he's a younger guy who spent some amount of time in military intelligence and then a significant amount of time podcasting.
Yep.
He looks like the Trump PR wave of winning 2024. Of let's get these media personalities, let's get people with high recognizability, high influence to be spreading the message. Let's put them in the cabinet. I mean, Dan Bongino, co-founder of Rumble, like these guys have audiences and voices, and they're not like some faceless aide that just got out of Harvard or Yale a couple years ago and is now working up, and they're advising them on media policy. It's like, why don't you get successful people? It was a good strategy. It really was. But it's not necessarily a good FBI director. And he hasn't done him any favors on the Epstein shit. Not at all. And so it's easy to now remove Kash Patel, put in one of the classics, some guy who's a career military guy. He's been in military intelligence for 26 years, and he's 56. He's married to a fat chick. Like, put him in, like, that's the guy you need. Kash Patel was the media face, now the meteorologist up front, right? And now the work has to be done by all the nerdy meteorologists who had higher than a 2.5 GPA.
Well, not only that, but the funny thing about you brought up that he was a podcaster, and he was Mr. what would be considered at the time conspiracy theory guy on these podcasts. Like he was doing something that, I mean, I would say is he wasn't just posting pictures. He was actually saying the government is responsible for blah, blah, blah. And obviously we found out a lot of that was kind of true. But at the time, it would be considered a conspiracy theory when he was saying, you know, that's actually James Comey who fucking did that and da-da-da. It's like, he was going out there and they were calling him a conspiracy nut. And that's the problem with these people that I don't understand about the Trump administration in general, right? The entire reason, not the entire reason, a big reason that they won is because a lot of people were just fucking sick of being lied to over and over again. And the people that ran, like Kash Patel, like all of them.
First of all, his name's Cash App PayPal.
Sorry, Cash App PayPal. When he ran Cash App PayPal was like you said, he was a cool young hip guy, but when he was running, he ran on like the government's lying to you. That was the entire MAGA PR campaign. The Biden administration is lying to you. They're using lawfare. They're going after private citizens. Yada yada, all that shit. That was the entire thing. And then when they get in charge, they do the exact same thing, but not even that. Even worse. To whatever a side is any now, to their own side. It's fucking crazy. Like, that's the part that I don't, we're never going to have power again. Like, you can't. It's how do you have it? No matter who's in charge, they fuck you. And then now I went from a couple years ago getting attacked by every septum piercing pink haired person to now every MAGA mom patriot 1776 is now screaming at me and calling me a fucking commie because I don't want the FBI director's girlfriend to sue me for calling her a cunt.
Right, and it's crazy. So the proxy nature of this and the attachment to the FBI and the director specifically makes this look like the government doesn't like what Elijah's saying. This might not even be true. Mm-hmm. They may not give a shit what Elijah says, but what it looks like is they really care about what Elijah is saying. He was a Trump guy, but now he's kind of pulling away, like a lot of the America First people and stuff like that. So it looks like they don't like what he's saying, and they're looking to suppress his speech. And this puts a chilling effect on his speech. Who wants to be sued for $5 million? Where even if he wins, the likelihood is he's going to have to shell out $250,000 to fight and defend himself. No one wants to go through this. It takes years. I mean, my defamation case is 2 years long, well into six figures to defend myself. And it was constant, like it's constant stress. It's hanging over you. You're waiting for the next thing. And nothing even happened. We didn't even get through discovery when they withdrew. Like, we didn't have to go to court. It would have cost so much more doing a trial and having the lawyers, I'd have to fly the lawyers in and have them pay them for 8 hours a day. Anybody's going to have to do that. Elijah doesn't, no matter what he says about being funded, nobody wants to waste $250,000 to $500,000 on this shit. And so everybody else is now like, holy shit, can I even retweet a picture of Cash? Like, am I going to get sued? Is the government going to come after me? Are they going to look into me? What are they going to do? And it's so improper and it's so damaging to the credibility of the United States government. And why the fuck are we going after our own people?
That's wild.
It's nutty. Like not just like Trump's side, not just Republicans, but Americans.
Whatever the fuck that is anymore, by the way.
Because we're not on the same side.
We don't even know what that is anymore.
Because we're not on the same side, though. It's not Republican. They're part of the ruling class, and we're fucking not.
We're serfs. We learned it now. There's no I feel there's no Republicans or Democrats. We're just fucking serfs. And at the end of the day, they'll silence you because they have more money than you, and that's what they're doing. They're taking out their big dicks, putting it on the table. And by the way, even people like Elijah who do have funding, it even over time, then people like that are doing, if you're getting well funded by somebody, even they're going to go, is this really worth this much money? Like, are we getting enough out of it? So it's to shut people down. It's to make people scared. And I think it's funny. The next step is for him to accuse, again, to do a Russiagate thing with Elijah. That would be funny. If the end game of this was the Republican Party accusing people of being Russian assets, I would never stop laughing.
That would be great.
We're headed that route. I mean, we're already getting the Epstein was a hoax thing. Like, that's hilarious. Like I was saying earlier on the show, the Democrats are like firing kill shots at Trump on this Epstein shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I like the Democrats now. I mean, obviously I'm not falling for their shit, but it's like, it is a funny bit to lean into and be like, you know what? I'm a Democrat now. They're fighting child trafficking.
Fetterman for president. I want Fetterman to be president because that's the president we deserve.
I want
we
a president.
deserve a retard.
I want a president in a Carhartt hoodie. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I want a president who's like, I don't know. I don't think illegals should be taking jobs of Americans. And that's fine. I'd rather take a retard president just like, because it's true. Whatever you want about Fetterman or anything, at least he's been like, listen, I can't go back to Pennsylvania, a fucking purple district, and be like, sorry, you're not going to get your benefits this year. And that's honestly, it's crazy. Like there's maybe 2 or 3 people, and the Democrats are fucking attacking Fetterman. They want, and then other Republicans are trying to destroy now Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rand Paul, and Thomas Massey.
That son of a bitch.
That piece
Thomas
of
Massey.
shit. That piece of shit.
Boebert's going to be on the chopping block soon, and it's like you're going after the wave of popular electors, not people who are elected because they're incumbents or because they're in safe districts, but you're in this wave of populists who garnered a bunch of grassroots support and then came in and made MAGA into a thing. Now they've taken fucking chamber to MAGA and the entire ethos behind like the Trump's governing, and no one knows where he's going. No one knows, like, when he's I think he misspoke on the H-1B visa thing. I think he was
I hope so.
I think he was trying to say, like, there are just some really specialized jobs and we need really specialized people, and we don't have them here right now. Not that we don't have talented
it was the South Korea thing. What happened was the Hyundai thing. That's the real. What he was. People are saying Indians, which is the end result of H-1B visas, but he was specifically referring to that. ICE went in and deported all these workers from the Hyundai facility, but they were like, what the fuck? We just gave you $15 billion in investment. So then he had to walk it back and go, no, we do need them, bring them back. This was more to signal to these car manufacturers, and it really was. I don't think Trump's like, we need more Indians. We just need more smelly Indians. I think it was more his specific investments. I mean, he made some promises to some of these people, like, no, you could bring your people here. They could come here. But my point is, I agree with the specialization thing. I fucking get it. That's a 3-month training process. You don't have to move here. You don't have to move your family here. We could learn. People can learn. I know it's specialized and I get it. But that being said, people could fucking build a supercomputer from watching a YouTube video. So like that age of like, we need to take women. Look, my point is, and this is the only thing I have to say, we taught stupid women to build fucking bombs. So we could fucking Americans can figure out how to make stuff, you know?
Batteries are very complicated.
Oh God, that was my favorite.
Moving parts, all sorts of stuff going on inside. You never know what's behind the Duracell.
Okay, but then how did we make batteries all these years prior?
We didn't.
That's a good
I
point.
guess he means like lithium batteries
Yeah.
that go in like Teslas and shit like that. But even that is like, we're making those here and we're doing really well. Like I guess Korea's been making lithium batteries for a while because they make laptops.
We are partnering with Korea to make cars that blow up on their own, folks. They burn for days. Frankly, it's very scary.
Not since the Ford Fiesta. But it's like I think he misspoke and kind of overstated a bit what he was trying to say. I think you're right. It's a nod to these companies. Like we're not gonna do this, and that's how American law enforcement has run so many issues for so long. Is like, look, you just keep quiet and you do your thing. We're not gonna come fucking storming the gates because what's the point of that? But Trump has kind of made, at least with immigration policy, storming the gates is the MO. Now like everybody expects that every fucking meat processing plant is going to be raided tomorrow, and all the Mexicans that are in there are going to have to be traded out for new Mexicans the next day. But that's Trump's messaging, and he's not delivering on that. He's getting mired down in this border policy where the results don't seem to be appearing where people think they should, and it's just a mess. The whole organization or the whole administration, I think, is in kind of chaotic turmoil, and I think people are scrambling and looking and going, Trump's going to be gone. He's going to be gone in 2028. What am I going to do? What side am I going to follow?
And even the Hyundai thing was like, the point is, even if you wanted to do that, even if you look, I know that deals are made, and I know I'm also not naive, right? Like I understand deals are made and stuff. But the part that I don't get is, right, if you told them that and you go, look, you could bring your people in here, you don't think he'd pick up his phone and go, hey, Tom Holman, do me a favor. Leave the Hyundai factory alone if you don't mind. I'm working on something out. Just go somewhere else real quick. Look, I wouldn't like that because I think they all should. If you're illegal, you shouldn't be here. But my point is, even the way he's handling that process could have been done. We would have never known if he would have picked up the phone and told Holman, "Hey, man, don't go there." Most average people wouldn't have noticed because a bunch of Asian people working, and most people wouldn't care. But the PR is so bad.
Obama did this really interesting thing. I'm not a fan of Obama, but he had some similarities to Trump, where he pushed executive power beyond the bounds that we thought was possible. He issued, I think it was 1.2 million green cards. Do you remember this? Is like 2012. He issues like 1.2 million green cards. Everyone says he can't do it. Guess what? Turns out he fucking can.
Yep.
Because the president is in control of foreign relations, and he made those green cards into a foreign relations issue rather than an immigration issue. You think that Trump, combining that with the pardon power, can't allow, a group of South Koreans who have come in to work at a Hyundai facility or whatever and make batteries and just blanket? We're going to issue H-1B visas to this group of people, or we're going to issue green cards. Like if you skip the H-1B visa, green cards, what you have to do is promise to work for this Hyundai facility for the next 5 years. You'll get a green card. We'll put you on a temporary status until then. And we're doing it because we're partnering with South Korea and advancing technology and reducing emissions and making the globe a whole lot better. Easily, the president has the power to do this. No one thinks he does. And he doesn't have to do this publicly either. It can all be done behind the scenes. The power of the pardon and the power to impact foreign relations can all be done literally on Post-it notes if the president wants, because it's his constitutional plenary authority. No one gets to challenge it. The Supreme Court doesn't get to challenge it. Congress doesn't get to override it. It's his. And so, yeah, of course he can do that. But he's getting caught in a PR nightmare, because when he does stuff, if stuff like that comes out, and you go, wait a minute, I thought you were hard on immigration. Like, what makes these people special? And he has to have good messaging. I think if they're doing that, they should do that. If we want battery makers from South Korea, I guess that's what they are now. I'm racist. But if they're just fucking battery makers on an assembly line, just say it. Say it. Look, Tesla's growing. We've got we want lithium batteries as backups for every home, so that when the power grid goes through a brownout, these backup batteries can power every single home for the next 48 hours while things are able to cool down and they're able to get lines put back up after a storm. That's what we want. We need more people to do it. I'm issuing 1 million green cards to these specialized workers. Trump can do that. He should do that publicly, because that's good messaging versus like, oh, well,
made a secret deal. Yeah. Yeah, he's getting bogged down on these things that are so inconsequential. Like, I don't want to have to be. I never thought we would have to be sitting here in 2025 going like, he's going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, isn't he? Like, that's something that's going to happen.
That's actually what I was going to bring up. Do you think he's going to pardon America's favorite big-titted sex trafficking helicopter pilot, Ghislaine Maxwell?
I think promises were made.
Promises made, promises kept.
That's the Trump administration.
And I think what it is, I think what happened, because if you remember, is like, Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney is asking formally for a pardon for her in exchange for information. And then, as a show of good faith, like the next day, she's dumping information to federal attorneys.
Yep.
Like she's having an ADA interview the next day, and you're like, wait a minute, that's really fast. You haven't gotten anything, and the Trump administration hasn't made a promise. I think what they're going to do is they say something like, you know what, either a pardon or a commutation of her sentence is going to come. It's going to come later. We don't need this smoke up front. You've got to wait 6-12 months, maybe
midterms. After midterms, she'll be fine.
Right. Yeah, something like that. And then even if you can't pardon her, look, we're going to commute your sentence. You won't have to serve it out, but there's moneyed interests who love Ghislaine Maxwell that they'll pay for the rest of her life to be comfortable.
Fuck, we got to get her on the show. What a get that would be.
Yeah.
Well, all you got to do is put on a wig and say you're 12.
Yeah, you get her on real quick.
I'm not passing for 12 nowadays.
Mersh has to do the Bugs Bunny. He dressed up like a girl. Yoo-hoo! What's your Popeyes order? I need to know. It's very important. The chat's asking. What's your Popeyes order?
My Popeyes order is 4-piece spicy with a large mashed potatoes and gravy. Because I'm a bitch who needs a small one. And then a large sweet tea to drink. Sometimes I'll get a regular fries, like for the ride home. Their Cajun fries are pretty good.
They are.
But that's the typical. If I'm really hungry, I'll throw in a large red beans and rice too. But that's only if I really want to gas out my wife.
Hey, if I ever make it up your way, can we go on a double date to Pasta Buckets?
I
Go to
would love
pasta
nothing
buckets.
What the fuck is pasta buckets? I'm out of the loop.
Some restaurant up there near Aaron that like people swear he goes to,
It's
and
a
he swears he
bucket of
doesn't.
okay,
It's just I don't know.
They're pasta in buckets.
No, I
How
mean,
you-
so it's truth in advertising is what you're saying. You get a bucket filled with pasta.
Pasta bucket sounds like something Tim Pool sells while he's fear mongering.
There's a civil war coming. We need pasta buckets.
Those prepper things is like we got buckets of pasta that can sit on your shelf for 52 years.
Yeah, Costco has that like big 50-pound it's like a gallon
Yes,
giant
yes.
jug of macaroni and cheese that it's sealed and you can keep it. I'm like, I need that in my life. Like, imagine the fucking nukes fall and you're like, bro, I got like 50 pounds of mac and cheese in my thing.
You're
so
not gonna
good.
shit for like eight weeks, dude. If you only eat mac and cheese, that's the problem.
I just want to say, woke David Koresh for 10 in the chat
Sure.
on YouTube said, Mersh has been on a run, but never forget Nick, Mr. It's Nick, steal your wife, Ricada. Listen, I'll tell you, we're a dangerous combo.
No, you really are. Yeah, like a four piece in a mashed potato.
Exactly. You said perfectly a while back. It's like, who do you want to get on a party bus with?
Yeah,
what would be a more fun night?
Yeah, I've always made that point on
Yeah.
Nightwave when they were like, "Oh yeah, you stick up for Nick, but you don't like Aaron." I'm like, "Who would you rather hang out with?" I'm sorry. Like, would you rather hang out with like me and Nick? Would you rather hang out with Aaron and fucking Johnny Crutches while he's crying over spilled water?
See, the funniest thing that Johnny has ever done was when I went to do the stand-up set on their anniversary show. The first time I met April and Aaron, watching Johnny Crutches try and navigate the like 6-inch stage difference and get up onto the was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen because I couldn't tell if it was a bit or if he was legitimately struggling. I'm like, this guy weighs 110 pounds. Can anybody just go and just lift him up onto the stage? He should have just fallen and gotten up. It would have been faster. It was riotously funny. And I don't think it was intentional because he's not that creative.
Yeah,
God,
he's cried so much on camera. It's unbelievable. Like he just stopped his whole show one day because he spilled water, and he's like, I can't do this. I spilled water. I can't. I don't want to do this. And I'm like, holy shit! You know how many times I drunkenly broke my crystal decanter one night on the air, and I didn't even mention it. I just kept going. I was bummed. It's a bunch of liquor on the carpet. I was like, well, that sucks. But you got to do your show,
And
man.
now his cats are drunk, so that's a whole
Yeah,
fucking problem that we
yeah.
have to deal with. His fucking drunk cats. Oh, one more.
Sage, did you?
No,
say-
go ahead.
Says I stopped believing Aaron when he mentioned SpaghettiOs. Nick seems classier than that. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with having some SpaghettiOs on deck. All right, I'm 42 and I don't have kids, and I have SpaghettiOs in my fucking cabinet.
And it's such a funny story because he's like, yeah, well, those three were all high on cocaine and just completely useless on a bed. I'm like, you've never, like, what are you talking about? That's not how cocaine works. If I was loaded up on cocaine, I would have been making SpaghettiOs all fucking over the house. I would have been hand whipping them. With
And then I would have been cornering you about my business idea and just never stopping. I would have. I love getting cornered by a guy who always gives you a business idea when he's cooking. It's my favorite. Like, no, listen, you don't get it. You don't fucking get it. Okay, it's the maps, dude. All right, man. Calm
Yeah,
down.
I don't even cook, but if you give me enough cocaine, I'll be whipping up penne alla vodka from scratch with my own heavy cream and vodka.
That was the thing. Like April and I would get loaded up on coke and cook all the time. Like that was, like we'd be singing karaoke and cooking fajitas and shit
Hell
because you're on coke. Like it was that whole story was so weird. It's like, oh, dude, all you did was one of the kids came to the door and asked for help cooking something, and you got up to help. Like nobody else. Like you just did.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else could have done it, would have done it, but he got up. So it's like, oh, thanks. And then he's like, I had to. They were incapable of moving. I'm like, holy shit, brother. Like, I couldn't sleep for days at a time.
Damn,
It's
Sage.
probably all the cocaine.
Sage,
my
for-
guess.
Sage gave us $50 and said,
Oh.
"Great show, boyos." Thank you so
thanks,
much,
Sage,
buddy.
man. Really fucking appreciate it. Really, we were happy you had Nick on. We've wanted Nick on for a while. I'm really glad you came on, man. This
Yeah,
is
and
a
it's like,
fucking blast.
and it's always been one of those things where it's like, there's certain people that go, "You seem to be friends with them. How come they're never on ROTC?" And I'm like, me and Royce are just not good at asking.
Yeah, yeah, we're
really not.
really fucking bad. But you know what? You're definitely on the list of someone we'll be happy to have on again because I'm sure sometimes you have guests on, and then you're like, oh, so what's your book about? And you're like, I don't care. But no, you know what I mean. You're like, I don't care.
twice, like to pull all my teeth out, please, instead of
Yeah.
listening to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather just have someone we can fucking joke around with. That's we love. That's where Harrison Smith is one of our favorite people on. We just goof around with him too. Anybody we have on it, we've had a lot of people on. Like, that's the interview. I'm like, yeah, this isn't a fucking.
Alex
serious
Rosen's
show.
great too when he comes on from Predator Punchers.
Except when he forgets we're on YouTube and drops a hard RN bomb right off the bat.
Oh my God, he did. That's right. We had him on one time, and he was like, "What's up, ends?" And we're like, "Jesus, dude, we just got the
That's
channel
not even the worst one. The worst one is when we had Alex Jones on YouTube.
He called me the N-word in front of. I'm not kidding you. He called me the N-word.
Oh God, I
in
remember
front of the Undertaker and Chuck Liddell.
Okay, so we were at Donut Operator shooting thing right in Texas. So we're hanging out, and we had, let me tell you the fucking weirdest thing.
Called me an Irish N in front of the Undertaker.
But let me say, the Undertaker was there. Chuck Liddell was there. Mersh and I just finished talking to CoffeeZilla for like 10 minutes. And really nice guy, by the way. And then we go and we walk down. We're sitting there. We're eating barbecue. Alex Rosen walks up. He goes, "What's up, N-word?" And when I'm telling you, the Undertaker was like if Mersh is here, the Undertaker was here. And I'm like, okay, well, he just said. And by the way, the Undertaker, did you just look at his face when he said it?
No way, because he was behind me. We were back to back, but he was
He
was nuzzling up behind me.
He did the smirk, but it tried to ignore it. He did the.
And he wasn't saying hello. He was saying goodbye. He was on his way out.
Yeah,
and he
bye,
looked at me and went, "All right, you Irish N, I'm out of here." To go get me. And I was like, "See you later, homie." Like, you can't say no to him.
And then
I'm
what
like,
I said
"Oh,
was,
no."
"Wow, you're gonna let them call you that Irish, like in front of all these fucking people?"
No couth.
Yeah, no goof at all. No, my funniest one ever on YouTube, and that happened to Mersh and I, was we had Alex Jones on, and this is the time when like nobody had him on. Having him on your show on YouTube would get you popped. This was the dark times, and we're like, "Fuck it, we're gonna have him on. It's worth it." And he came on, and first thing he said when he came on the show, Mersh, you remember this? He goes, "Don't worry, boys. I know I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good." 15 minutes later, so anyway, we gotta start killing government officials, and I'm like, fuck, Alex, Jesus fucking Christ.
And then he was going off calling Matthew McConaughey a cokehead.
Oh, he called Matthew McConaughey a cokehead. He says Matthew McConaughey's only a good actor when he plays a pedophile. Like, it was wild.
Matthew McConaughey being a cokehead shouldn't surprise anybody.
No, he's Matthew
No,
McConaughey.
but it's still wild when you have Alex Jones on your show and he's going, "Fuck you, Matthew McConaughey, you goddamn coke addict." And we're going, "What is that? How did my life arrive here?"
No, it's it's amazing. I want to really briefly like go back to one thing that got glossed. You talked about these are all government officials and they're into some crazy shit. Look, I had a wild ride for like 8 months. It was nonstop partying and in some good old fashioned classic degeneracy, right? The shit I've heard about that happens at CPAC is way worse, way worse than anything I ever got into. And it's from the most straight-laced Catholics you've ever heard of, like doing all this. And it's like, holy shit. I mean, when there's drugs, pussy, and anonymity available, people acting fucked up ways. They don't care what their positions are or anything. And everybody just keeps it quiet. And that's the shit that you're going to ask Kash Patel about too. Like, cause he's been going to these things for years as an entertainer and as a now as a political figure. And it's like,
and the TPUSA thing's funny because the thing is, Mersh and I know a lot of people. I'm sure you do too. You talk to them and you listen, you hear what goes on there, and it's not what you think. And one of the funniest stories that comes out every time a TPUSA comes to like Florida or Orlando, like the grinder usage goes through the fucking roof. They all come here to get fucking laid. The strip clubs, bro. Oh my dude, you'll have some, like you said, some Republican straight-laced people sitting there throwing dollars at black strippers. Some of the shit, and that's just the stuff that's not even that bad.
I worked in Tampa when they had the Republican National Convention a while back, and we made bank that weekend at Gold Club. We were making bank. Yeah, but it's like, my whole thing is like, even with the gay thing, it's like, be gay, just please don't be Scott Pressler gay. You know what I mean? Like, I have a limit. Like, if you want to go fuck dudes. But when you're like, ooh, look at my flowing hair, my makeup, I'm like, that's too much for me, bro.
Listen, be gay like Omar on The Wire. We're all fine with that.
Yeah, if you're going to be gay, dress like Nick Rekieta.
Do it.
That's right. Here's private. And with that, Mr. Rekieta, thank you for being on, dude. Seriously.
Rekieta Law everywhere.
Yes, everywhere, man. Thank you so much for coming on, dude. We're gonna have you on again. Like, I mean, this was a blast. We had a good time.
And also, I just want to, I'm not to put you on the spot, but one day I do want to come on one of your streams so we can watch Kirk cook. because I love those streams. I love those.
I think I just found a new one. Yes. A second soup that he made that I wasn't aware of.
There's this like weirdo lawyer that like A-logs Nick, and like he cooks really bad food in his shitty house, but also talks about how he's like, well, I would fuck a 12-year-old if it was legal. Like, it's so
I
weird.
remember that.
The
No, I
guy's
do know this
so
one. I do
weird.
know this one. I do know this one. I do know this one. I remember that.
Hey, the law is the law. And I'm like, yeah, the law is cool, but I don't fuck 18-year-olds because it's weird.
You said a lot of the cooking stuff, but the 12-year-old thing's the thing I did remember the most. Because that's when it like stuck out.
Wait till you see us cooking. It's almost as bad.
Oh, God.
Have some control. I was at a club one time and doing karaoke and stuff, hanging out, and while I'm singing Bon Jovi, like this girl comes up and she's dancing and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And I went and talked to her a little bit later, and I was like, hey, do you and your fat friend want a drink or whatever? I'll buy you drinks. And she goes, she holds up her arm. She didn't have a wristband. She goes, I'm 19. I was like, peace.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Like, I'll never talk to you again. Bye.
Nope.
That's all you need to do. Kurt's like, well, no, it's legal, though. It's like,
it's
so
weird.
Yeah. I've told women in their 20s they're too young for me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know.
You're too young, too white, and for me, okay, is what Merce says specifically. Lean and Mean said, great show, great host. Thanks for $10. Thank you, Lean and Mean. Thank you, dude, for coming on, man. We really appreciate it, man. You got to come on again. That was a fucking blast.
Anytime.
Anything else you want to plug? I think Merce nailed all the plugs. But anything else you need to plug?
Cash's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Hey. Okay, but we're going to flip a coin. Who goes first? Okay, heads or tails? All right.
All right, I broke up Matt Mead and Scarlett. I'll break up Cash and Alexis, but you only get to have one, Nick.
Yeah,
I
you
get
can
the
pick,
other one.
Pick. Okay.
I think my wife's stealing days are over.
All right, dude. Take it easy, man. See ya.
Thanks for coming
later.
on, man.
That was fun. That was great, man. That was
I told you, man.
great.
I fucking love Nick. Well, I mean, you met Nick before,
Yeah, of
but I mean,
course.
like some of the audience members sometimes are like, oh, I don't really watch Nick shit. I'm like, you have to understand. I consider Nick one of the funniest fucking people like ever, and people are like, oh, I'm like, dude, he's hilarious. Remember when we did the road rage thing? I don't even remember the line, but it was like the last line of the night. Like, and we were all just like ribbing each other. Remember when we were just ribbing each other at the end?
Yes.
And then like Ralph had said something, and like Nick came in with this fucking sniper shot joke, and like the whole crowd went nuts. And Nick was like, let's just wrap it up. We're not going to top that. Let's just get out of here. That was fun.
Nightwave?
Nightwave tonight at 10 p.m. I don't know what we're doing.
Pess, you're next.
Yeah, dog, that was fun. I was just chilling, playing Mega Bunk and listening to you
Awesome.
guys.
Oh yeah, the producers love when we have a guest. 'cause
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
gotta
I'm
chill.
just gonna go play Balatro.
Virgil will be streaming, I'm sure.
What?
And tomorrow we will be doing a Tubi movie riff, so we're very excited for that.
very
So
excited for that.
revengeofthesys.locals.com. Sign up right now. You don't want to miss it. The last one was a blast. All right, guys, we'll see you mañana. Daywave tomorrow, 10 a.m. Bye.
Bye. Money, please.
Okay, guy's a real jerk. I mean, sunglasses indoors? What kind of homo wears sunglasses indoors? But you listens to brand new, too.